update on my mobility car situation. I've now got to go to another place that is like an assessment unit, basically, to see what kind of adaptations I need for my next vehicle. I've got to get to Birmingham Airport, basically, of all the places. I really struggled to get to the place that was the first centre for checking me for adaptations and stuff, and that was enough for me, and I drove myself. When I got almost towards my hometown, my legs and feet were really feeling it, and I was like, I'm really struggling with this. My dad came with me. He sat in the passenger seat, and just for when I'm stressed out and I'm trying to listen to the sat nav, sometimes my head doesn't always engage with what the sat nav says, and I just need someone for that bit of reassurance. When I was at that centre, they didn't have the relevant cars with the relevant adaptations in them for me. So they had really limited cars there. So anyway, they asked me to go to the one near Birmingham Airport, and I says I'm going to struggle to get there. However, a neighbour of mine has said that he will drive me in my car. I'm going to have to put him on as my nominated driver, for the insurance, for the Motability, and he's going to take me. So that's great. They'll have all sorts of different vehicles, and they'll have a specific type in for my need because they've seen the report from the last OT, and they're going to basically see what works for me, whether I like it, because it's a two-way thing, and after that, who knows. And then I've got to see what Motability can do to help me in the way of finances, because I need a specific type of vehicle to get about in. And we'll see after that. I don't want anything too big. I said that there's, I've seen styles that are like the A-Team van, great big thing, and ramps to get up into the van and stuff like that. But I said I want something that's a car that's simple, that I can drive myself into with my chair, park it up, and either transfer over to the seat that's for driving, or I park and drive in my car in my chair. But if I have a nominated driver for anything, then I need something that they can use as well as I can use. So it's just waiting and seeing now. I've got to update my driving licence because I'm 50, and I've got to have the new photo, but I think that they're supposed to be sending me out a form to update them on my medical conditions. However, nothing has appeared in that way in the post, but I have had the form for the photo licence. Now there's nothing else I can do until this other form arrives. I'm going to phone up the there's too many abbreviations, isn't there? DVLA. I'm going to phone them up Monday and ask where this health form is, to let them know about my medical conditions and how they affect me now with driving. My conditions are not listed with what they need to know about, but it's how it affects me, and driving is the very thing now. That's the very thing now for me that affects me the most, is being able to use. I'm struggling to use pedals. My feet are absolutely horrific. My arthritis in my feet and in my toes are awful. My ankle sometimes struggles with the pushing the pedal, and I'm using an automatic, so I'm only using my right foot, but my left foot is also affected. But I don't need to use my left foot for driving, but my right foot is catching up with my left. So I need now I need to be able to pedal but I need something that uses buttons instead of feet. And this is what they've agreed. And they've also said that if I needed to do an emergency stop because of how my feet are and how sensitive and how painful they are, I'm not going to be able to stop the car dead, you know. If a child stepped out in the road or anything, I'd be really, really screwed for slowing it right down. So I drive a bit slower to everybody else, for my own safety as well as other people's. And I only drive when my feet feel safe enough to do so. And I keep all my driving to within my hometown. I don't go further afield, really. Hospital appointments I've had to cancel, that have been with, we've had to go to Lichfield Hospital and stuff like that. I've had to cancel those sometimes and move the date along because I found it too much for me to drive there. And I've got nobody to drive me. I don't have another half. I don't have, a list of people as long as my arm to help me out with driving if I need the help. This neighbour has kindly offered, him and his wife are lovely. They're both lovely people, and they help me out the most. If I've got things that are in the car that need to come out and Adam's not here, my son, they'll help me. If I need something doing, they'll help me out. If I need something fetching, I just need to ask, and that's it. They're just really nice people. There's one or two in my flats that are absolutely fantastic, I don't like to ask people too much because I feel like I'm putting on people, but it's just nice to have that backup. Yeah. But, that's the update anyway on the next vehicle. So 23rd of July, I am going for this test up at Birmingham Airport it is. And I'll update you then when I've been and see what's what. Right, anyway, I shall love and leave because my cleaner will be here in a second. And, anyway, catch you later, guys. Bye.